The world will know that if they hurt him, I'll burn them all to the ground. Bam, how's that for an opening line? Forget foreplay, we're straight to arson threats.
Please, context. That's from Shadow and Storms, the fourth book in Helen Scheuerer's Legends of Thezmarr series. It's the culmination of a complex narrative arc involving...
Blah, blah, blah. Complex narrative arc. Translation: big fine out because the main chick, Theo, is literally prophesied to die. Capital P, but she's got this boyfriend Wilder who she'd apparently commit global arson for. So, does she kick the bucket or tell Destiny to shove it? That's the T.
It's a central point of tension, yes, though framing it as T somewhat diminishes the thematic exploration of fate versus free will. The author is clearly grappling with
how to make readers cry like babies and audibly gasp. Which, according to the internet, she totally did. People are shook, unlike your beloved Moby Dick, which just put people to sleep.
We are not relitigating the Pequod's existential voyage right now. This Thea character, she sounds rather intense. That quote is borderline sociopathic.
Intense. She's a badass warrior. Fans are obsessed, they call it feminine rage. It's like if someone cuts you off in traffic, you don't just honk. You fantasize about summoning a plague of locusts upon their entire bloodline. Relatable.
Relatable. That's deeply concerning. Is she the protagonist or the antagonist? Defending her actions seems problematic. That burn the world energy is a walking red flag.
Oh, lighten up. It's called passion. You wouldn't understand Mr. Kami. And Wilder, the boyfriend. Total smoke show, apparently. Brooding, traumatized after being captured, classic fixer-upper material. But he's only soft for her. Swoon. Although, some fans are debating if he's just a simp. Thoughts?
I think diagnosing fictional characters based on fan interpretations is a fool's errand. But this only soft for her trope is rather tired, isn't it? And the trauma, is it handled with nuance, or is it just tragic backstory wallpaper?
Who cares about nuance when you've got sizzling chemistry? Reviewers say the spice is comparable to a quart of silver flames. You know what that means?
I genuinely don't. And I suspect I don't want to. What about the other characters? This Kip, the sidekick everyone's weirdly obsessed with.
Oh my god, Kip. People love Kip. Like uncomfortably so. Best side character ever. Lovable Kip. One reviewer deleted a whole paragraph. Just suspicious. Is he too perfect? Is he secretly annoying? Maybe he's the real villain.
Now you're just speculating wildly. Though the excessive adoration is peculiar. And there's a mysterious Khal. Let me guess, he betrays them.
Probably. Adds to the drama. Plus, Thea reconnects with her sisters, cue the teary reunions, and maybe some sisterly sword fights. One reviewer said it reminded her of her sisters. Groundbreaking stuff, truly.
Sarcasm noted. So, beyond the character drama and potential arson, is the book actually good? Or is it just melodrama amplified by fantasy tropes?
Depends who you ask. The ending is super divisive. Some say perfect conclusion, satisfying AF. Others are screaming, rushed. And pacing was off. It's like the Game of Thrones finale, but with more magic and less... Well, maybe not less disappointment for some.
Ah, the classic finale conundrum. Difficult to please everyone. I saw one review that called the stakes high and gut-wrenching, and another that said, quote, "The stakes never felt there." How is that even possible?
Easy. Some people read for the plot, some read if you catch my drift. Which brings us back to the spice. Was it essential? Was it forced fan service? One reviewer gave it a chef's kiss. Another said it felt tacked on. Personally, I think if you're prophesied to die, you should get yours while you can.
That is a perspective. I read a rather scathing critique comparing it unfavorably to The Witcher in terms of world building and monster design, calling the romance elements derivative of countless other, or romantasy, novels.
Derivative. Who cares? Is it fun? Does it make you feel things and have sword fights and smooching? Yes, good enough. Unlike some 500-page books about whaling ships I could mention.
It was a metaphor for the human condition.
It was a metaphor for boredom. Okay, hypothetical, if Thea was a sandwich, what kind would she be? I'm going with a ghost pepper grilled cheese. Looks amazing, might actually kill you.
That's utterly absurd. I refuse to participate in this line of inquiry. The violence level seems quite high as well, drenched in battle, blood and steel.
Yeah, Grandma might want to skip this one unless she's secretly into gladiator movies. Okay, rating time before you spontaneously combust from sheer literary indignation.
Fine. Considering the apparently divisive ending, the reliance on tropes, and your frankly terrifying description of the protagonist, I give Shadow and Storms 3 out of 10 unfulfilled prophecies. It sounds like predictable fantasy fare dressed up with excessive emotion.
What? Predictable? You're dead inside. This book made people weep. It has passion, stakes, potentially toxic but hot relationships. I give it 8 out of 10 boxes of tissues soaked through while reading. Highly recommend if you like your magic with a side of questionable life choices and world-ending romance.
I despairly.
Next week, folks, we're diving into a real hidden gem, My Sentient Toaster. Oven tried to seduce me, a breakfast love story. Bet you will find that derivative too.
Until then, keep those pages turning and those opinions loud. This has been Heart Book Radio.